Today guys, I'm going to be doing something I have never done before. To be in FIFA, you normally have to be a professional footballer. Today, however, we changed that. I have put Tobi, my brother from the Sidemen, in the game, as well as myself, to see if we can do something fun. Some of you may remember the whole commotion about us having the opportunity to train with professional League 2 outfit, Crawley Town. Understandably, there was plenty of backlash as well as some positivity, but I'm not going to go too much into that. However, what we couldn't do in real life, why not do it in a game? So with that, I've put myself, Tobi, and my brother Jed, who is actually in the Crawley squad, in FIFA. And I have to say, it looks pretty damn good. I thought maybe I could try this out, play a few matches, make one video on it, but I thought why not start a career mode with the goal of making Jed the best player ever. So basically, like in real life, myself and Tobes are just Jed's supporting cast. So that's exactly what we did. We loaded up a career, and it's a player career starting as Jed. In order to get an upgrade, one of the brothers must register either a goal or an assist. This can be used on skill moves, weak foot, or overall. So with Jed starting at 50 overall, Tobi starting at 52 and Manny starting at 52, there's going to be a lot of need for goals. With all the pressure behind him, he knew that he had to hit the ground running. Eager to impress, he quickly took to the training pitch to do some shooting practice, and the results weren't bad. As a winger, he'd also need to learn to provide goals, so some crossing practice was also on the agenda. Defensively though, Jed was off it, as the gap was there for all to see between him and his new teammates. League 2 was going to be no easy challenge. Going into the first friendly match, and he was to replace brother Manny, as the gaffer requested for him to be calm and composed on the ball and retain possession whenever he could. Within moments, Jed was involved as he was found following a flick on from striker Dom Telford, only for his goal-bound shot to be denied. Still trying his best to impress, he had a few more attempts at goal, which still resulted in nothing. Crawley did get the equaliser, with Nadesan hitting the mark, and that game ended 1-1, with Jed producing no more than an average performance. Looking to earn the respect and approval of his new teammates, he knew there was plenty more work to be done. Following his debut, Jed reached out to seasoned striker Dom Telford in a bid to get some tips on finishing, and the results proved to be beneficial. His dribbling, however, lacked a lot and had a long way to go. Determined as ever, Jed asked a group of his teammates to help him with some long-range passing, and that was much better. Jed was now 51 rated and looking forward to his next chance. That did eventually come. With brother Manny watching from the bench, Jed took to the pitch with Tobi, but at left back. Refusing to be restricted to full back, he quickly linked up with Tobi in order to fly up the pitch, but his passing still needed work. At times he was looking like a fish out of water. Things were not going well. Late in the game he found Tobi, but his touch was loose and the move broke down. Angry and fired up, he lost his head in the last minute and crunched an opposition player for no reason at all. What could he possibly have to do to get the gaffer to notice him? Playing at left back? That's not what he came for. With Telford fuming after the match, he stated that if the team keep playing like this, then relegation was surely on the cards. The whole team then banded together in an effort to make a change, looking to up the intensity in their training. Following that, it was time for the last pre-season friendly. However, Jed was still at left back. This time there was a bit of a bonus with Manny playing just ahead. Hopefully the two would link up on the pitch. Moments after, and they did combine down the left-hand side with a series of passes that eventually released Jed as he finally looked to make his mark. He cut inside and beat two players as his shot was blocked by an arm, no penalty. Shortly after, Manny was subbed and Jed needed to step up. Sadly, things just didn't go as planned. Yet again, it was back to the drawing board. Aiming not to give up easily, he did more work on the training field and was now 52 rated. And he continued to improve rapidly, going from 53 to 54, as he knew the sky was his limit. The gaffer had seen these improvements and the first league game came round. Jed still on the bench, this time though replacing Dom Telford and getting his moment at striker. It didn't take long for Manny to find Jed, who set his sights on goal but still fell short. Failing to register an assist, yet again Manny got substituted. Poor defending at the back meant Walsall took the lead and things weren't looking good. Trying to be the difference, Jed was beckoning for the ball. However, when it came, he couldn't keep it. Jed then found himself throwing on goal with moments to go, but it wasn't to be, as yet again, he failed to hit the target. His teammates were starting to run out of patience with the new boy, as their frustrations were really starting to show. Another mediocre performance for Jed and a massive miss. He was definitely not getting any sleep that night. After heavy criticism, Jed pleaded with the fans for patience as he committed himself to improving. Over the weeks he had made improvements, but it would all count for nothing if he couldn't transfer it to the pitch. That's where it mattered. Going into the second official game, and it was a Carabao Cup game up against Norwich, in which they were already 1-0 down. Jed came on to replace his brother Manny at left mid, and he was looking to make a difference. Norwich had chance after chance after chance, and Crawley was simply hanging on for dear life. That was until their moment finally came. Jed went through in on goal, and he played it with the outside of his boot past the goalkeeper to get his first official Crawley goal, meaning that an overall upgrade was now in the bank. That was short-lived, as Norwich quickly fired back with not one, but 2 quick goals. Brimming with confidence, the new man latched onto a pass from Nadesan as he put the Reds back within reach as 3-2. Fired up now and looking to make more of an impact, he was going down the right, put a cross into the box which caused confusion. The ball fell to Nadesan, who with his right boot smashed it past the goalkeeper. It was now 3-3. Crawley were back in the game, somehow. In the last minute, Jed would also have a choice to make: square the ball or go for goal. What would he choose? He chose to pass it, and it got cut out, so it was a massive opportunity missed, which then meant the game would go to penalties. Unfortunately, he hadn't earned the trust of the gaffer, who failed to pick him for the shootout, and Crawley bowed out of the Carabao Cup to Norwich. It was a bittersweet ending then for Jed, as despite getting his first man of the match, they were knocked out of the competition. On the bright side though, 2 goals meant 2 upgrades were gained, and Jed decided to give his +2 to Tobi in order to see him in the first team lineup. Into the next league game against Sutton, and Jed would replace Tobi now. Moments later, Sutton took the lead. Released down the left by Nadesan, Jed burst forward, going for goal, and his shot was saved. Following a corner, the ball fell out to Jed, who then found Powell as he slid it through for Telford, who would hit the back of the net. The score tied at 2-2, and out of nowhere, Sutton did this. Jed got played in behind once more as he missed the chance, but Telford made no mistake. He continued to waste more opportunities as the Crawley fans moaned and groaned, expressing their concerns with the player. I will say as well, not in the kindest of manners. There is only one way for him to silence his critics, and it looks something like this. An absolute thunderbolt in off the post, and the Crawley fans absolutely had no choice but to celebrate. A man on a mission as he wins possession not long after the kickoff, going through on goal after skipping past an opponent, and he finds the net to get his second of the game. Jed was finally getting the recognition he deserved as his training with Telford began to pay off. Another 2 goals, which gives us another 2 overall upgrades. That's going to take Jed from 54 to 56. That concludes the first episode. If you have enjoyed it and you love the idea of the series, make sure to smash that like button for me. A lot of effort does go into this, so hopefully you guys do love it and we can continue with it. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
Why they asking me if hard work pays off? The proof's in the pudding. How'd I get where I got? Check the work that I put in.